What a goddamn day. I can't even tell you where I'm at with this stuff. Where am I at? Where are you guys at? It's Tuesday. It feels like the fifth Monday in a row around here right now. Oh, for Christ's sake. Well, You know what? I wanted to start drinking tonight. Is anybody drinking with me tonight, or am I drinking by I'll drink by myself. I don't care. But I'm out of Jack Daniels. I know. Did you hear the collective gasp? I did. All right. So the one that's open right now in front of me is Knob Creek. Now, I think I've had Knob Creek before. In fact, I've probably had most of these before. The other choices for tonight, for your dancing and listening pleasure, were Garrison Brothers, which I don't think I've had this one before. This is one from you guys sent me. You know why I'm choosing There's No Jack, and then I drank all of Two Bears' Private Reserve of Wooford Heights? This one I know I have not had. I have not had this one at all. I have not. I don't even know. I'm going to guess this probably has a real healthy bite to it by the look of it, although it's not super dark. So, there's something to be said for that. And the last one of my, there's many choices, but Gen X Mom brought me out 4, is this one, is Cedar Ridge. Now, whenever I think bourbons and whiskeys, I think, Kentucky and Tennessee, as you do. This one's from Iowa. Cedar Ridge is an Iowa straight bourbon. I didn't go and look at all the alcohol contents and whoa, hey, nice job fucking everything up as I go, ruining things. I didn't look at the proofs. I didn't look at the alcohol by volume content. I don't know. I just I went for broke there. Figured I'd see what I'd see. I don't know what you guys are suggesting on that. I'm going to just go with the Knob Creek, Kentucky. And, I don't think I can go wrong. If I'm in Tennessee and Kentucky, I think if I had to pick some stuff between, Venezuelan whiskey, going to go with Kentucky or Tennessee. If I'm looking at some Portuguese whiskey, think I'm going again with American, Tennessee, or Kentucky. So, now I got my stuff over here. I don't even know what this is. I'm hoping it's not poison, although the way Gen X Mom and I have been getting along lately, she could be feeding me poison, and I wouldn't even know. But I'm going to have this drink right now. It's Joey says, try Bulleit bourbon. Joey, did you see fucking Bulleit bourbon here? Was that an option? Did I bring up Bulleit bourbon as a choice? Then what the fuck, man? How am I going to try that? It's not here. Did I bring that up as a choice? Are you picking something I have access to? Wait, maybe Joey's telling me to stop the stream. Go to the store and try to find some Bulleit. Maybe there's no Bulleit bourbon around. Maybe there's no Bulleit whiskey. Maybe I can't find it. Maybe you got to drive for 3 states. Maybe this will be the last live stream for about 3 weeks while I go around and looking for something. You know what? Fuck it. I'll leave. We'll go. I'll go and I'll tell you what. We'll shut off the stream. I'll leave and I'll go try to find some Bulleit just because Joe, he wouldn't have said try it. He wouldn't have said to try it if it wasn't readily available. I just haven't looked hard enough in my house. So I'm going to shut off the stream. We'll come back when I find it because Joey said find it. Joey said try it. Now, he wouldn't have suggested it. Otherwise, I'll look in my house first. Then I'll look in my neighborhood. Then I'll look at my corner stores. If that doesn't work, I'll drive to L.A. and I'll start moving my way eastward across the United States until I find it. Once I find it, then I'll come back and we can turn the show back on because it's Joey said try Bulleit. As if I've got it right here. Sure, Joey. I'll just whip it right out and try it, buddy. I'll see you guys when I get back with the Bulleit. Okay. I'm just kidding. I'm not really shutting off the stream. That was not a suggestion I'm going to follow. I'm just letting you guys know. Yeah, it's Joey needs to go. Next time you're at the store, look to see you feel better. I'm sorry if I upset you. You didn't, Joey. Joey, I'm just fucking with you, man. But I'm going to put you in the woodshed just because I can. Joey's going to the woodshed. He didn't upset me. I'm just fucking around. I've had a really bad day. We'll get to that in a minute. Whoa, that Knob Creek is a little bit... Boy, that Knob Creek had a bite right up front. It didn't even hide it from me. Woo! All right. Now, before we get to what a mess things are, birthdays. Cactus J turns 44 on Tuesday, 3/28, that is today. Mr. and Mrs. KG, Texas. Anniversary, Friday night, March 31st. Well, that is the anniversary of my parents also. Did you know that? Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. KG, who I know personally. I have met them in real life. Anniversary is the same as my parents, March 31st. Happy anniversary. What else we got in there? There's something. Let me grab the bright mouse. Swing for the fences says first time here. Swinging the fences. Glad you're hanging out. Elizabeth Rojas, member for 6 months. My handsome general. Good to see you. Elizabeth, did you see the note that I wrote you? I wrote you a happy birthday note in Facebook. Did you see that? I didn't go back and see if you replied or if you even liked it, but I took a minute. Yeah, I took a minute for you, sweetheart. Make sure you go look at that. That's important. Not often do I do that, but I did that for you. Mrs. 4 Watton. Member for 12 months, bottom of the glass nation, the lovely, the ever-present, the always classy Mrs. 4 Watton got her big red one. Your voice sounds so much better, General. It's getting there. To be fair, Mrs. 4, it's getting there. I can't hit the high notes. Gen X Mom was dancing around today. She was playing some very provocative 80s music, and she was dancing. And she wanted me to sing some of the, and I couldn't hit the high notes to save my life. It just, I went up octave by octave, and when I hit a certain point, it was just dead air. I mean, not even the good kind, the really bad kind of dead air. All right, so where are we? I took my shot. You guys drank with me. I'll take another one in a minute. Well, let's just reload right now. We'll reload some of this Knob Creek and get it ready to go. All right. You guys know I didn't have time to do any pictures tonight, so you're stuck with this all night. Yeah, I can't switch over. But you guys are familiar if you guys are on Patreon, if you're Patreon subscribers, or if you're YouTube members. You've seen in the community section. We were posting a couple. We got like 75 pictures. I'm just waiting for a kind of a completed thing to show you. And they went to put the studio in. They started on that. You guys saw pictures of it, and I guess they started on it yesterday. So they start putting the framing down, and there was some really big pieces of rebar we had in the playset area, holding the playset in place from tipping over with kids as they got bigger and stuff. And I just I hooked some rebar and pounded it at angles into the ground. It kept the swing set where it's supposed to be. You know how kids are when you swing so much that the whole structure starts to pivot, and I wasn't letting that happen. I had to use the typical guy phrase, that ain't going anywhere. Believe me, it didn't. So you get all the rebar in there, you get everything done. Now the playset's been gone because we've had it for 15, 18 years, and the kids are done, and she wanted a different type of playset for the grandkids, and I said, okay, no big deal. And we took it all out. The kid demolished it. We threw it in the trailer, took it to the dump. But there was still some rebar sticking out of the ground with the curl on it. You could just see the tip of it. It was really tough to get out. It wasn't in concrete, but it was really in there. So I told the guys, I said, hey, either keep pounding that down in the ground because you're building the studio over it, or pull it out. That's the one thing I told them. The other one is they laid the framing down, and they said, hang on, I got to turn on R2-D2 here. We'll keep him pointed there. Okay, so the other thing was that they were putting it back up against the block wall, and I said, look, I don't know what the setback is. I heard we had to give 5 feet from the block wall, and the builder's like, no, we do this all the time. We do it all the time. We do it over and all the way from coast to coast. We go to Sacramento, go to LA. This is our job. This is what we do. I said, okay. I said, so Kern County rules? And he goes, yeah, Kern County rules were fine. So he's putting this thing together, and I don't know what the setback is legally. I didn't know. But I remembered the paperwork saying we had to be 5 feet from the wall, and that put the studio out onto our grass a little bit from this old play area. And I didn't mind. Gen X Mom says, no, that'll look okay because then it's on the grass. The front of it is on the grass and it's clean. We'll bring the curbing up to the side, and we'll do a bunch of planting in the old play area, and we can use behind the barn, the shed, the studio for storage, which is what you're supposed to do in America. We stuff a bunch of shit back there that we promise we're going to use someday that we're too cheap to get rid of, and it sits there and collects dust till after we're gone, and then when we're dead, our kids come by and go, this stuff's been back here for 25 years. Why did mom and dad keep all this shit? Well, that's what we have that area for, is for that kind of shit. And anybody who's been in a place for a long time, you already know what I'm talking about. You have your own collection of shit behind the barn or behind the shed or behind the outbuilding. You know what outbuildings are, a lot of you do. And do you know where that is? So, yeah, we get to do that too. We get to participate in that fine American tradition. Well, so Gen X mom goes out there and they're building it now. Now the walls are going up. And she measures it and she says it's 17 inches from the wall. The studio wall is 17 inches from the wall. And she's questioning these guys too. She goes, look, I don't know what the setback is. Some people say it's 3 feet. Some people say it's 5 feet. But Gen X mom's like, I challenge you guys to pull up anywhere in the city or anywhere in the county where the specification for setback is 17 inches. That seems like an awfully weird number for someone to use. And she was right. Well, she was right in common sense. Like, nobody would pick that as a setback. You guys are fucked up. You guys are wrong. I don't know where it's supposed to be, but you're wrong. So they get this thing mostly built, and those of you who have been on the subscriber pages, the member pages, you've seen it, and it's mostly built. And they at 17 inches, all of a sudden, work comes to a halt. And they go to the kid, because remember, I didn't have my voice. And they go to the kid and they say, so we think you told us to put this in the wrong spot. And the kid's like, what do you mean? He goes, well, this is out here in this playset area against this block wall, and we think it's supposed to be over here on this concrete slab on the side of your house, and that's messing everything up. And the kid goes, what's the difference? He goes, first of all, you're wrong. It's supposed to be over here. We've always wanted it over here. We sent in our plans to be over here. We did the Google aerial map, and we drew out where it was supposed to go. We have that email sent to them, and they have that email sent back confirming it. And that's the picture the city got, and the city has the overlay. So you're full of shit, is what he told him. He goes, and I got a question. What would it matter anyway? It's the same block wall. You're just saying that if we had told you to put it, 10 or 15 feet down the block wall that way onto the concrete slab, magically you would have put it 5 feet from the wall? You knew to put it at the right distance from there, but you didn't know to put it the right distance from here? This is our fault? Because that's what he's saying. It's your fault. If you told us to put it on the concrete, we'd have put it in the right spot. Why? It's the same fucking block wall. It's literally the same wall. Just slide it down this way and you guys magically get it right. Yeah, I call bullshit on that. Although on the concrete slab, it might have been a lot easier to move it, wouldn't it? It would have been easier to move it out away from the wall. Now they're going to have trouble because now they're in kind of a loose dirt bark. We got 8 inches of playground chips bark out there that the thing is in now, and then towards the grass, they don't even have a real good way to dig in and move this, no matter what they do, unless they hire a crane to reach over and pick it up and move it over 5 feet, which I've done stuff like that. So anyway, they're trying to. Then he goes, well, okay, whatever. We need to see your permit. And the kid goes, what permit? What are you talking about? He goes, well, we need to see the permit you pulled for putting in the structure. He goes, we didn't do any of that shit. Tough Shed did. You guys literally did all that. You filed everything. You've taken care of everything. All we did was write the check. What the fuck, man? Why do we have to provide anything for you? Get your shit together. So they're calling, they're trying to get stuff through their phones and trying to get the contract and all this stuff. And I said, I'm not giving them shit. I didn't say it that way. I said it, I'm not giving them shit, because that's how my voice was working. And so they finally leave, and they're all apologetic. And I get a hold of the guy. You guys remember the guy who was in the video? The guy who was in the video with me, who wouldn't quite be in the video because he didn't want anybody to know where he was working or where he was. So which either means he's running from child support or he's in the witness protection program. One of the two. Anyway, so he's like, but his voice was there. And I got a hold of that guy. And I said, okay, I'm not mad, but let's get this shit figured out. I texted you twice today, and you said, no problem. I texted the girl at the planning commission. She said, no problem. I went out to these jabronis 3 times today. I said, are you sure this is right, man? I don't think this is right. And they said, no problem. Now, guess what? Here we are in the afternoon, and there's a problem. Wow. Let me pretend to be shocked. What the fuck? Didn't everybody at least just double check what I was saying? I'm not just talking out my ass to be an asshole. I don't normally try to do that. I can tell you when I'm fucking something up. I usually know when I'm fucking something up. I get that feeling. We've all had it. And they just weren't listening. So, whatever. Fuck it. So they're supposed to come out today, and I called the guy and said, what, is everybody magically disappearing today? Everybody quit? Nobody wants to do this? Because now it's not going to be easy to move. The thing now weighs 4,000 pounds. Who's going to move that shit or whatever it weighs? Anyway, so he said, no. We have a special crew that does this kind of shit. I said, you got a special crew that fixes your fuck ups? He goes, actually, we do. So he goes, but they're scheduled somewhere else today. I had to move things around. They'll be out there tomorrow. So we went about our day today, and we're still trying to make it easier. Remember, everything in the back of our mind is the Reno trip's coming up in a few days. And so in the back of our mind, we're trying to get everything set that we can. And, we have brand new bunnies. We have brand new baby chicks. We have Rutro, the hawk, who is trying to eat the new bunnies and the new chicks. And we don't want to hurt Rutro. We love Rutro. He's just a hawk. He's hungry. He's doing his job. But we're trying to move things around, and it's kind of working. It's kind of not. Then all the chicks want to get in to the chicken run and the big hens because the rain's coming again, and the hawks are circling. And remember the automatic door that the kid built? It still is fucking up on the timer. The timer's not working right. It opened up at 10:30 this morning instead of 6 a.m., but we went out there, manually got all the birds out, and then now they're all getting ready to run back in. The thing's not supposed to shut the door and protect all the hens when they're on the inside till 9 o'clock at night. And as all of them are panicking, this electronic door goes, closes. Now all the hens are like, what the fuck? Let us in. They're out there doing the Fred Flintstone on the outside of the door. Wilma! Another fuck up. So we saved the chicken there and got him inside, but he's trying to reprogram the door. We don't know if we got the door right, so that part's a mess. On top of that, we had to call around and make sure in Reno, do we have our reservations? Is the VIP bowling alley still reserved? Are we still on the same page? The only fuck ups there. And then the rental car, we got to get a rental car to go up there and do this. So we get everything together. Everything seems to be in order, but now it's a mad dash. Starting with today was just a clusterfuck all the way through. What the fuck am I doing in here? That's not even the right page to be on. What is going on? I have completely lost the sheets. And I'm not even sure who was in the sheets tonight, but I'm not with them, whoever it is. Let me see if I can find it again. All right, they're back. Okay. It's just a clusterfuck. And if those of you who are on Patreon, you got your smoke signals, you got all the misspellings of what I wrote, but I wrote you 3 or 4 paragraphs on everything in my mind that I'm worried about and moving forward. And so tomorrow, we got Wednesday and Thursday to get ready. And then the kid leaves like at, early 6 in the morning and heads up to Tulare for a competition. And then we leave and we have to time it where we're going through Tulare when he's done so he can jump in the car with us and keep going to Reno. Yeah, we can't just go. We have to wait on him. It's timing. It's all timing. And we have to talk to 2 of my millennial daughters to make sure that they're got the list. Here's the bunnies, here's the chicks, here's the hens, here's the dogs. We got 4 dogs. And the one daughter has been helping for about 3 weeks doing the routine with Gen X Mom and I, doing the routine. She's pretty much got it. That doesn't mean she's not going to be in the downstairs bedroom with her headphones on playing Xbox all day. She plays some weird fucking game with dragons and dinosaurs. And I have literally called home. She doesn't answer. I have had people knocking on the door to sign for a package that we ordered, not answering the front door because she can't fucking hear. The garage could catch on fire and she wouldn't know it till the doorknob in her bedroom started to glow red or when the internet went out. Then she'd go, what the fuck's going on? Oh, the internet went out. There's a fire in the house. Then she'd know. Yeah, that type of stuff. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get all the shit done and be able to get out of here. I'm trying to figure out a way to leave this all behind when I go. You got to make sure all your insurance is paid up. So if everything burns down, you still got $6 in your pocket. Because I don't know that I'm going to be able to completely leave what I'm thinking about with the studio, with all the animals, with the property and the rain coming. It's always such a fucking hassle. And that's how today went. And yesterday wasn't as bad. Today was a real bad thing. I tried to crash out. My throat started to get a little tickle in it like my granddaughter had, like Gen X Mom has had. And I just refused to get sick. There's no fucking way I can get sick 2 days before Reno, 3 days before Reno. So, my voice was gone, but it's coming back. I don't want to get anything else. And so I go to crash out. I'm like, okay, just give me 60 minutes. I struggled. I crashed out for a minute, closed my eyes, struggled. Right as I like, okay, here I go. Now, okay, I'm starting to breathe easy. Got to relax. Gen X Mom comes in and rubs my shoulder. She goes, time to get up. I'm like, what? She goes, it's 5:30. I'm like, it can't be 5:30. She goes, almost 5:30. God damn it. Go downstairs and plop my fat ass down here. And then you got to do smoke signals. And then I had to do a cover picture. It's just like, it was, and it was all, we started a couple minutes late, and that was as fast as I could do it. And there's still more stuff I wanted to do. I couldn't get it all done. So this is what is going to be. It's going to be a mad dash to Reno. It's going to be a cluster of getting everything done. Plus, I'm inundated with the thoughts and the stuff I see on the news about the school shooting. And I'm so mad at that school shooting situation. My first thought is always for the kids and how fucked up that was. And then they're all, well, it was a transgendered person. And it's like, why does that even fucking matter? Why does that matter at all that it's a transgendered person? Uh-oh, she's running. I have not
You
seen...
started another story,
Well,
and I'm like, hang on, man.
It's a segment in professional
Well,
radio.
take a breath. Hydrate.
Hydrate.
Hi, everyone. Gen X Mom's here.
While Gen X Mom is talking, I'm going to hydrate my way.
Okay. Get going.
Hydrate, everybody.
Everybody was asking how I'm feeling. I'm feeling better. I still have a cough, right? I'm still coughing, but better. I'm on the mend. Just finished my antibiotics today. But I'm looking forward to getting away with this weekend. We just need to leave it and just go and have a good time and come back and deal with everything later. Nothing's going to
change. Hi, Mom, on here.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Everyone's doing that.
Don't I sound better? Everybody, I sound better.
Hold on. Guy named Mike Miller said favorite 80s band. So clearly he wants us to stop the entire program and have an argument, because that always turns into an argument, over our favorite 80s band.
Van Halen. Right now, I have to tell you, just a couple days ago, I was thinking about Eddie Van Halen, and I don't know why, but I just was, and I was like, man, he's so young, and he had just such a gift, actually. When you take away Van Halen, he was a gifted musician from a young age. I was just walking around the house kind of thinking about him, going, man. And then I was playing his son's songs. His son is writing music and playing, and he learned. Yeah, and his group is called Mammoth. That's the group, if you guys want to know. And there's things that he plays that sounds just like his dad. And I was like, God, he learned everything he could. He's 29 or 30 now. I don't know what he is at the moment. But he lost his dad, and it's like, man, he's going to carry it on. But he's not. He goes, I'm not my dad. But
do you know what he does better than Eddie?
What does he do better?
He sings better. A lot.
Wow.
Eddie could sing a little bit and harmonize with the words when Diamond Dave was singing or Sammy Hagar was singing. Wolfie, that motherfucker can sing.
Yeah, it's good.
He's got a voice.
Yeah, it's really, really good. But anyways, I am here to tell you that we received a PayPal from Kristen.
Please tell me Kristen gave us $1 million so I can fucking do the inside of the studio.
Well, she gave $20 and did not allocate the funds to go anywhere.
You know what? I'm changing my rule. For the next 3 days, any unallocated funds are going towards the interior of that studio.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Because
that thing is ginormous.
It's fucking huge.
I didn't realize. I told Gen Z Kid he could live upstairs.
It is big enough you could put a bedroom upstairs.
I told him I'm putting him out there.
I started the bill for the whole fucking thing to go in. You guys, it's not a secret. I mean, I'm not just going to come out and tell you, but if you guys went to Tough Shed and did a 12 by 20 shed with the vaulted barn style roof and all of the little extra things they put in there, I'll take care of that. But the inside is going to fucking kill us. And Two Bear, Lionheart, who's going to get flown out here. We're gonna fly Lion out here. We got to give him a couple bucks because he's going to be missing work that week, and then we got to buy all the supplies. And he's already given me a list of the basics. He's like, get 50 of these, get 30 of these, get 10 pounds of these staples and nails. He goes through this whole list, and then he's like, get 2 miles of this wire. I mean, it's a fucking chore. And I started looking, and when you start doing the microphones and and a lot of these are still good. We've kept all the microphones, the really good microphones. We've kept them. They're all good, but we need more stuff. And that's going to be a fucking chore and a half. Two Bear says, who's the $2 whore tonight? We do have a new $2 whore. For those of you ladies who have submitted your paperwork to me in triplicate to become the $2 whore, you will each get your turn. And tonight's is I would say it's a brand new $2 whore, but that's not quite accurate. And I can't tell you what that means till later, but there is one. So yeah, the thing about getting everything, any unallocated funds, I will forego the Jack Daniels and I'll drink up what's sitting around here. You guys all saw the stuff I've got. I'll do that because that's gonna be a nickel or two to get that done. So any unallocated funds are going to the studio for the next 3 or 4 days, probably for the next 3 weeks. There's a $2 whore again. Look at that. Anyway, so the other thing was, like I told you, we're going to fly Lionheart out here. He can't bring his tools, so we got to supply all the tools. We got to make sure everything's here, which I should have most of it covered. I got some of the basics covered and the list of things. We got to give him a couple bucks. He's missing work. I was really upset about one thing with Lionheart flying out here. Now, he's on staff. He's a great guy, cool guy, just a kid. Anybody younger than me is a kid. Anybody older than me is an old man. He is a kid, not only technically, but literally. And I was worried about him going for a week or however many days with no sex. And I thought that would really be hard on a guy. And luckily for us, Gen X Mom solved that problem. Gen X Mom came to me this morning and she said, I know you're worried about Lionheart having sex during that week when he's going to be missing home and going to be out here on the road for that week. And she said, I handled it. And I said, what do you mean you handled it? And she said, I called his wife, and as it turns out, that week he's going to be here, he wasn't getting sex anyway. She told me. So he wasn't getting sex that week anyway. So if we fly him out here during that week, really, no harm, no foul. Everything's going to be okay. So that worked out. I'm glad that Gen X Mom did a little homework, made a phone call. Mrs. Lionheart confirmed it. So that all fits perfectly. Now, of course, we just have to work out the other issues. But that was a tough one. That was a tough one to have to worry about. As a fellow man of the human race, I was beginning to relate on a fundamentally basic issue. Turns out my misgivings were unfounded. Oh, yeah. So there's more in there. Mrs. Forwatton gifted 5 memberships to you guys. Who got those 5 memberships? Coyote Adventure, Nike Carlisle Galloway, Chili Till I Die, and App and Ed K. You guys all can go back and scroll through the community section and see all the cool stuff nobody else gets to see. Who else is in there? The Shoeless One gifted 5 memberships. Cartman, Jennifer Whitehead, Tiki Ninja, It's Joey, and Michael Taylor. There's another group that can go back and look. Go to the community section. Go to the main page, the community section. Scroll back. There's a ton of stuff over the past 2 years that is just for members only. You notice that it was members only. We don't classify it by tier of member. It's for everybody. You know, we don't hold you guys back. Some of you donate more, and we're very happy and grateful, and we love you guys for that. But we don't say, well, you only donated 99 cents, so you don't get to see this. We never do that. If you're a member, big or strong, tall or short, doesn't matter. You're in. Just know that. What else is in there? Thrash for Life member for 6 months. Cheers to the Bottom of Glass Nation. KG Texas member for 9 months. Bottom of Glass Nation. Best bar ever. Speaking of best bar ever, you guys remember we put these out there, right? We put them out for like 24 hours. Less than 24 hours, we did best bar ever shirts. We sold these, and then we took them off. You guys know Gen X Mom has been sick, so she ordered all the stuff she needs for it. We're not going to get to it till we get back from Reno, and then all the stuff will be here, and she'll go in there and start pressing them all out and sending them to you. They'll be really cool. You'll get them in the mail. You guys know that she does stuff like that. You guys know that. It's been 2 years. She's very fast about it. It sits in her head, and she feels bad if she's not doing her job. She's been sick, and we're leaving. So please, everybody cut her some slack. In fact, I guarantee one fucking idiot's going to email me and going, where's my goddamn shirt? Fucking I bought it 2 weeks ago. You know that a lot of things take 4 to 6 weeks to deliver? That's normal. And she has never taken that long. And if somebody fucking emails me, like, where's my shit? I swear to Christ, I'm refunding your money, and I'm going to give your shirt away to someone else. That's right. I'm going to forego the $3 that we were making on that shirt. I'm going to refund your money, and I'm going to find someone else to give it to. Don't fucking email my wife and make her feel bad. She's trying the best she can. I swear to Christ, the first person that does that, I'm literally going to shit a purple Twinkie and go sideways. See, I'm getting all worked up. Well, it's cause to drink. Everybody who's drinking with me, baby, don't let me drink alone. You know I don't like that. I got friends here. When you got friends, you don't have to drink alone. Come on now. Give me those something. Show me a little bit of love. Make me feel like I'm important here. I only get 1 hour a day when I'm important, and it's when it's here with you guys. If you guys don't make me feel important, then I got to spend therapy money all next week.
I'm back.
Oh, my God. Hold on. Thank you very much for letting me drink alone. Look at that. Mrs. 4-1. I glanced up. She poured 5. Go.
Oh, we received $300 in PayPal. $300. Let me say that one more time. $300 from Loud One. That dumb arse podcast sponsor needed to step up his game, but that idiot bought a house, so he's being a tightwad.
Yeah, Loud One's a cool cat. But the president of his company, which is him, who sponsors the podcast,
is him.
He went out and bought a big RV. He got married. He's bought a big house. He's trying to support people right now. I don't mean to be selfish, but what about me?
I also have another PayPal.
You do?
$50. Let me say that again. $50. That's 50.
50. Huge.
From Mrs. 4.
Oh, Mrs. 4.
Unallocated funds. The new studio is going to be great.
The new studio is. We still need to have that little barn raising ceremony, but Loud One and Mrs. 4, and there's some other ones coming in here. Let me read these other ones. Thank you. Loud One and Mrs. 4, big, long-time supporters of the program. People that we love and enjoy personally. As so many of you, we know you guys. We have a relationship with you guys, either in person, online. You guys are so much more than just a bunch of viewers, and I'm trying to be more than just a fucking jabroni behind a microphone. Stuff like that means a ton, especially when it's real. It's real stuff going to a real thing. We dig that. Sweets, member for 2 months. So will the Bottom of the Glass show and the happy hour be canceled this weekend? Well, Sweets, if you got your email... Oh, you know what? I didn't talk about it in the email, did I? Let's see. No. Well, the Saturday show. Okay, I'm probably going to have to do the World Show at a limited supply on the road. I got an idea to mount the camera and do the show while we're driving, or I can switch and have Gen X Mom drive, and I'll do it from the passenger seat. I think the World Show, we're going to do something like that. We've done a couple like that before a little bit. You guys know that. If you've been part of the show for a long time, you've seen every now and then you've seen a rare on-the-road presentation of Gen X Talks. The Saturday one, I think we're going to miss it, although this time we are actually, like we tried to do in Vegas, but the kid fucked it up and didn't bring a tripod. We actually have a brand new camera, a phone, a Gen X Talks phone, and a tripod. We're going to try to set that up so we can at least turn it on and you guys can see everything, and we can tell we can put a sign below it and say, come say hello. They can walk up and say something. It's a little bit of a risk. If they do something that gets us banned, that could be bad. Maybe we'll do it on Rumble. Maybe we'll do a show on Rumble that night. That way, if something fucks up and goes sideways, we don't get dinged too heavy. But we're trying to figure it out. That's a very good question, Sweets. And the only reason she's asking is because she misses me. Now, she loves her husband, but she has to have a little bit of time with Big Daddy. And she's worried about missing that time a little bit on Friday, a little bit on Saturday. If she had to wait till Monday to see me again, by Monday, she'd be going through some withdrawals, as many of my harem would. Can you blame her? No, you cannot. All right. Kyle Tripp, whose idea was the Gen X Talks, 100% the kid, 100% Gen Z kid. This brainstorm, this channel, this entire brand is all from the seed inside his brain. And people say he doesn't come up with any good ideas ever. Well, he's got one. Sandy, once you get in the car, worrying about it won't change anything. Leave it all behind you and just enjoy. Sandy, what, are we married? Because that sounds just like my wife. Don't worry, there's nothing you can do about it anyway. Just let it go out of here. Oh, okay. Well, if I could just turn shit off in my head, my life would be perfect. I'd be turning shit off all the time. Starting with that little yakking that Gen X Mom does, that in your head. Yeah, I just turn that off. If it was that easy, click, turn it off. It didn't happen that way, Sandy. I'm not built like that. Lionheart, $1.99. I'm a whore every night, but not tonight. You are not the $2 whore tonight. Jason Bertrand, member for 2 months. Is it going to be insulated with heat and AC? Jason, it is. Lionheart has already begun devising all of that. So the entire thing with one machine stays at one temperature the entire time. And the same with the humidity. Just the entire time it's done. And that's what he's working on in his head. He'll be physically working on it when he gets here. I can't read any of these. Gen X Mom has these things so small in here. I'm squinting just to see Mad Jeeper $20, but I can't read what's below it. There's no way. Travis Myers gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. Kristen Cass, Supreme Macy, Lee Grewell, Warren Schneider, and Thomas Cryer. Everybody can go back and look at the special stuff now. The members-only things in the community section. Elizabeth Rojas, $20 studio fund, best bar ever. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you for doing that. Ray Haylock, Tugs web guy. Ray Haylock Tugs web guy. Who's Ray Haylock Tugs? Now I want to know. Welcome to the Bottom Glass Nation, Ray. Thanks for joining up and sticking around. I hope I don't disappoint you too much. Mad Jeeper, New Hampshire, NH. I'm guessing that's New Hampshire. Nobody told me it was New Hampshire. It just says NH. Come on, when you guys see NH, you think of New Hampshire, right? Take a drink. Let's go with an epoxy bar top. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know how long I can keep Lionheart out here. When it's all done, I'd love for him to stay for like another week and go, can you put wood graining all on the inside? Can we get it to be a rich mahogany? It looks like a judge's courtroom chambers. Not that I know specifically what that looks like. I'm guessing, of course. I've heard. Got a friend. But anyway, how come nobody believes me? Michelle M, $49.99, $50. Turn my whole screen pink. Michelle M, before I get going, you are up to bat sometime to be the $2 whore, but it is not tonight. And I love Michelle M. Not only am I falling deeply in love with Michelle M, she wrote me, and the opening phrase of her email said, abuse me. I was like, well, okay, if that's what you want. I mean, who am I to disobey? So Michelle, I promise you will be abused like no other. Like only the general can abuse you. That's only because she said so. Don't start getting all sexist. We have a very loving and kind relationship. It's very peaceful, not sexual at all. What does it say? $50 from Michelle M. What if the hokey pokey really is what it's all about? But first you got to do the truffle shuffle. Studio fun. Back to the pit. She is our medical hoe. That's what she self-describes. I'm not calling her that. She called herself that. I was just repeating it. It sounds better when I say it, but I was just repeating it. Don't think I labeled her that. I didn't do that. All right. Josh D, member for 3 months. He's an extra. Thank you very much, Josh, for sticking around. Michael Cheney, 16 more days, and I get my 1 year. Michael Cheney looking for his big red one. Kailash, member for 1 month. You got started now, Kailash. Stick around. You can get yours too. Big Maddie Daddy Sims. Oh, Big Maddie Daddy Sims. You're my new Jesus preach, brother. Well, as a fine comparison, I was also born on December 25th. So it's more common than you know. Yeah, what you just tapped into was already known by me. But you got it yourself. That means something's eking through on the outside. Good stuff. Michelle M., member for 2 months. Everyone have a picture for me in the pits tonight sucking snot. Ew, that's gross. The picture I'm hoping was a drink. It just came up as a picture on my screen. Loud one, best bar ever, $10. Turn my whole screen yellow. Can't keep my eyes open, so heading to bed. Have a great night for the whiskey fun. Loud one, thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, Loud one, just leave it running while you go to sleep. There is no better way to put yourself to sleep than the sound of my voice. That shit will drop. Nothing to listen to here. Your brain will just keep moving on, I promise. David Black, $5. When am I supposed to come help, General? There are quite a few of you that live close by, and you've offered to come by. We don't know. The first thing is to get the studio built and get it to pass inspection. As you guys, if you're members of Patreon or Facebook subscribers on the General's Lunchbox, or if you're a member in here in the community section, you've seen some pictures and some stories. Very few. No. We got plenty more coming. But once the studio's completed and it passes inspection, and we get done with Reno, we got to get through Reno, then we will actually sit down and put pen to paper and find out when Lion can be here. I'm going to cash in all my aluminum cans and make sure that he's in the steerage level of the Titanic. So it only cost me $85 to get him here. I don't care if that motherfucker has to transfer planes 16 times. If it's $85, it's $85. But once we know the week he's going to be here, then we can start coordinating. Mike Perkins wanted to come down. He has family down here he wanted to stay with. There's other people. David Black wanted to come by. There's other people that want to be part of it. We're getting emails about that. We got our third email from Low Torque, who's on staff here at Gen X Talks and lives about 1.5 miles away. And this is the same email we've gotten 3 times. And he says, "I'd love to help, but I'm busy." I said, I wrote him back and said, I don't even know what day we're doing it yet. He goes, "I know. I'm just letting you know I'm busy that day." It's the same thing he's been telling us all along. So that's a good for Low Torque, planning out front, trying to be up front with everybody. Good guy. Ray Haylock, Tug's Web Guy, $30.99. Ray, that is the oddest number donation, $30.99. Been watching you guys forever and thought it's about time to show my support for the general and the family. Tug is that umbrella guy. Tug is that umbrella guy. Now I got to go look up that shit. It's probably something I should know, probably from a commercial or a slogan or something. And when you say Tug, all I think of is the pitcher for the Phillies in the 70s, Tug McGraw. Who's his son? Tim McGraw. Tim McGraw, the country singer, is Tug McGraw's son. Tug was a great pitcher when I was growing up. Love that guy. Elizabeth Rojas, $10 for the original $1.55 whore. Thank you for your service. Yes, thank you very much. Mrs. Fort Watton, don't send Lionheart through Vegas. Yeah, now that you brought that up, I'm going to make sure when I call up for them, I'm going to have Gen X Mom call and go, wherever you route this plane, this particular ticket, it has to connect through Vegas both ways. Just the fact that I said that out loud, I guarantee that's put Lionheart into some conniption fits. He's having withdrawals already. You guys had to hear the Lionheart story when he left and was heading back that way one time. Ooh, bad. Where were we? Oh, it was the bowling one, the Dodgers and Lakers. We went to that bowling event with Danielson, another cool guy around here. We haven't heard from him in a while. I should call him. And we went to the Dodgers-Lakers bowling event, and he flew out. He stayed with Two Bear, but flying back, he had a nightmare stopover in Las Vegas. Absolute nightmare. I mean, everything from the plane not being there, everything being canceled. He had to spend the night in the airport, to losing all his money in the slot machine, and then borrowing money and giving it to some hooker that took off with the money and didn't perform any back surgery on him. It was a mess. Everything he did lost. It was a bad experience. Two Bear, thanks for housing him. Lion, this is for you, buddy, for your next trip to Vegas. Kyle Tripp, whoa, I lost it again. Keep doing that. Kyle Tripp says, "Where are you?" "I'm in Idaho next to the Utah border." Well, I'm at home, Kyle. I'm at home. Just had to double check. Trippy Pineapple, member for 1 year, got his 1 year membership, got his big red one. I did hydrate, Trippy. I'm on it. I promise. Bonnie and Clyde Miller, when is Gen X Mom and Gen Z's birthday? Gen Z kid's birthday is October 22nd or 23rd. It's one of those 2 days. I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. We had 8 kids, and I wasn't in charge of birthdays. That's Gen X Mom. Gen X Mom's birthday is June 6th. Yeah, 6668. She was like the devil child, and she lives up to that reputation, 6668. So she will be 105 on her next birthday. True story. 37 Hearst, $5. 20 days till you. 37 Hearst, where the hell have you been? I've been carrying this show for all these weeks without you. I haven't seen you around. Did I just miss your name? Making me do this alone. 37 Hearst, big supporter, longtime supporter of the program. Brian Quad Fleeg? That almost sounds like a dirty term. How do you not beat your kids? Oh, well, anytime there's a camera on, you don't do it. Any other time, it's free game, buddy. Free game. Yeah. All right. Where was I? There was some stuff. Did I miss anything in here? We got to Michelle M. She's so lovely. We got to Ray. We talked to him. And we got Elizabeth Rojas. Okay. Nobody has guessed the $2 whore. I'm going to up the ante. I'll even raise the thing. Everybody put in $2 right now. Put in $2 so you can see. Let it drop a few times. I will enlarge the jar. If I see some $2 stuff come by, I will enlarge the jar so you can see, but I'm going to give away a free t-shirt to anybody who can tell me who the $2 whore is. That's right. You heard it right here. Free T-shirt if you can tell me who the $2 whore is. Now, while the $2 whore is being dropped, do you see those ass-shaped peaches in there? Those are perfectly designed, molded ass-shaped peaches. Those are peaches, but they are a mold of Mrs. Four Watton's backside. We sat her down naked in a mold. She had to sit there for about half an hour. Really, it was only supposed to be 5 minutes, but I made her sit there for the whole time. I'm sorry, I'm a guy. What'd you want me to do? But when she lifted out of that mold, and then we fashioned this after the perfect peaches. I mean, a perfect ass-shaped peach. That's what you're looking at in there. This is a jar full of Mrs. Four Watton's ass, and I love every bit of it. But the $2 whore is mixed in there too. Nobody's dropping in $2. Nobody can give $1.55, $1.75, $1.99. You got to do something here. Here we go. Mrs. Four Watton, $2. All right, here it comes. Can you see it? Who is she? Look at that. Look at that. Come on, you guys can tell me who that is. She's one of you guys. Come on. Did anybody say it yet? I'm scrolling. Mrs. For $1, $2. Scrolling. Nail lover. Sweets is wrong. It's not nail lover. Ashley is wrong. It's a female. Good job, dude. No shirt. D. Shearer says it's Maddox, not Josh Maddox. Although that woman is as sweet as Josh Maddox's face is forever. Who did? Let me see. Nail lover is wrong. Shoeless one for $2 whore. Mrs. ABC is wrong. And Phoenix Common Star said Cali Cat. And then Laura said Cali Cat. And Smicky said Cali Tat. Smicky! Bob said Mrs. Big Rig, which is wrong. Matt Jeepers said peaches. I know, that's all I want to see too is the peaches. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Marcus, my man, Common Star, he is right. That $2 whore tonight is Cali Cat. I don't have the new picture of her. She did her hair, she did her makeup. She left her husband. I don't know where she left him, but she moved away from him. She did all this, and then we had a little intimate phone conversation where I got to see this before you. And oh my God. I mean, if you thought she was beautiful before, she just took it from like an 8.5 to an 11.3 with one little makeover. I didn't think she could get any better looking. And then boom, here it is. Yes. So Phoenix, got to make sure. I'm pretty sure Genix Mom already has your address, but make sure she's got it. We'll send you a Best Bar Ever t-shirt for free. You don't even got to pay the shipping and handling. We'll cover that on our end. Thank you guys for playing along. Thank you for trying to figure out who the $2 whore is. And she did this to herself. You guys know that. Don't even act surprised. She's not sitting there upset that she's the $2 whore. Cali Cat is sitting there with some pride and a big smile going, I was the best $2 whore. Oh, yeah. She's very, very arrogant about her position in life. And rightly so. You know, she's earned it. So we're good. Oh, my God. Where are we at here? I'm still going on stuff. I got to tell you about the Reno thing. The people that are supposed to be in Reno, I'm going to guess that we have 200 people that said, I live nearby, I'm going. And I'm going to say for sure we're going to have over 100 people. I'm going to miss Two Bear, no Sergeant at Arms. I have nobody there watching my back. Not one person. Not unless Two Bear just shows up magically. I've got nobody there. I'm going to have to put myself in a corner. Two Bear's going to say, just put a camera on you, and I'll scream through the camera if someone looks shifty. But we advertised it correctly this time. We did not advertise Las Vegas correctly. I did a poor job of that. I fucked it up. The kid came up with a much better marketing strategy. We did it. It's all for free, so it's not like we're doing it to get people, to pay to go. We're just putting this on to say hello to everybody. But I'm going to bet you that this spills out of the VIP area because it can only hold a certain number of people. And I'm going to bet it goes into the regular bowling alley bar area. I think it's going to turn into Big Lebowski right within a half an hour. There's so many people that have written long messages and said, no, I'm not missing this. I'm going to be there. I live over here. I live over there. I'm driving. There's people from Sacramento say I'm an hour away. I just got to make sure the pass is clear and head over Truckee to get there. There's even a chance, there is an outside chance, our very own Loud One is going to be there. And that would be impressive if he could sneak his way up there. But you guys know the snow and the rain and the roads right now with all the floods. California's been getting a lot of water. We'll see how it goes. We're going to get there one way or another. I'm going to be there. But I'm just letting you know that once we get to that point, I think we could have 100 to 200 people. Maybe some people are going to show up that didn't say anything. And she's back. Hi.
I'm back. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
How do I sound? Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you're sounding good.
Okay.
We're both doing well.
Yeah, we're all right at the moment. Let's go. What do you got?
Yeah, Mrs. Four sent another $50. 50.
$50.
And mom's getting her dining room back. Table funds.
Here it goes. You know what somebody wrote in one of the comments of a video? The kid puts up his short videos, his reels, his TikToks.
Yes.
Somebody wrote, as soon as that goddamn studio's done, take that table and either throw it away or put it in the studio until you can get something built.
I know. I don't even have it for Easter brunch.
No, you don't. But what's funny is that that sparked something when that guy said that. He wrote that. I thought, she could do that. The minute the studio's built, the tough shed's in there, you could say, first thing, take this thing out there. Because then technically you got room for your dining room table.
That's true.
I'm not in favor of that.
That's true. We also got $2 from Fosse.
Fosse?
I just want to know if you or Gen X mom has allergies, so I can send lavender and nettle bath teas to help with pain, and send General some of Pop's moonshine. He was a bit gangster in the 20s. We do not.
Just so you know, I'm allergic to all bath salts and flavored candles. I'm allergic to all that shit.
No, he's not. There are no allergies. There are none. Also, I heard some people were asking me how my pain has been. Pain has been tolerable. I had a bad night last night, but not as bad as I was at the beginning when I was sick.
See, I didn't know you had a really bad night. I fell asleep and I woke up a couple times.
I know.
I woke up 3 times.
Yes.
2 times you were asleep. 1 time you were just sitting quietly on your iPad. You weren't. I didn't hear you coughing or anything, so I didn't look like you were in pain.
No, but I was okay.
All right. And there she goes with Mrs. Fort Watton and Fosse stepping up, throwing some stuff our way. Thank you guys very much. Ashley Beth Crawford, member for 1 year. Hello, Bottom of the Glass Nation. I had a seizure, and I was in the ER last night. No. Ashley, don't say that. I'm at home resting until the doctor appointment tomorrow, asking for prayers and good thoughts. I love you guys. Ashley, I'm going to make myself a note, and I promise you when this live is over, when this stream is done, I am going to take a couple minutes and I'm going to talk to God. I don't know that I have any favors left over with him, but I'm going to ask anyway, just for you. I'm really going to do it. I'm not one of those people who say, my prayers are with you. You're in our thoughts. You're in our hearts. No, I'm really going to do it. When this is over, I'm going to take a minute by myself, and I'm just going to talk to God, and I'm going to see if I can. He doesn't owe me anything. I may have to make some promises to him that I'll have to live up to, because I do. And if there's anything that I have any pull at all with my words, Ashley Beth Crawford, Mrs. ABC, they're going to come your way. I promise. I promise. Dirty Knuckle Garage, the ghetto blaster in the background makes me happy and want to breakdance. That's mine. That's my actual one from high school. Well, it's my 3rd one. I've had 3 of those. That exact same model. I got it brand new in high school, and this is my 3rd one. Whenever mine's break, I go find the exact same one. That's me. That is my physical representation of me. The only problem is, I don't know if you guys can see how big it actually fucking is. That thing is heavy. It's one of the heaviest ghetto blasters, as they used to be nicknamed back in the day. That's one of the heaviest ones around. I've lifted a lot of them, a lot of small ones, a lot of big ones. There was one that I know of that was heavier than mine, but not by much. That thing takes 20 batteries. There was one that a friend of mine named Matthew Perillo, his dad had a pizza place down in Burbank, California, by the studios. And he came to school. He went to John H. Francis Polytechnic High School in the San Fernando Valley. And we used to hang out in the auditorium, which they've now torn down. I have a big story about that. If you guys ever want to hear it, I'm not going to remember it, so you're going to have to remind me, hey, tell us a story about Poly High School and the auditorium. I will. I got several stories. Probably got a lot of stories, come to think of it. Anyway, he came and set that down on the stage. We had stage crew, play, production, and drama, and it was ginormous, and it was the only one I've ever seen that had square, purple, big, ugly purple lights in the front of it. It turns out it was an alarm. He could play the thing and set the alarm and walk away. And if a motion detector got close to it, or it moved. And for that science back then, that was huge. If it moved, the alarm would go off, and then you'd know someone was trying to steal your radio. Never saw one before, ever like that. I looked one up one time to see how much one would cost, used today if they were given away. Ones that work are like $1,100. You can find mine out there. There's some of mine out there. Mine has a lot of features on it, so solid fucking unit. But it's I think you could probably get mine for like $300. That's used, that works. But the big one like his, like $1,100. That's how cool and rare it was. And I've actually seen a couple of those in real life. But Edward Perillo's, he had a brother named Matthew Perillo too. I don't know what happened to those guys. Anybody knows Edward or Matthew Perillo from Burbank, where their dad had a pizza company? Let me know. I'd like to catch up with those guys. Mrs. Big Rig, $1.99. Is it Cali Cat? Yes, it is, Mrs. Big Rig, but you're too late. Someone else already got it. Samuel Potumpkin gifted Gen X Talks memberships to Bonnie and Clyde Miller. Thank you very much. And my lovely wife, Miss Carol Merrill, is back.
Yeah, PayPal's hopping tonight.
PayPal, baby.
Scott sent $10 for the whiskey fund.
Oh, now I know any unallocated funds are supposed to go towards the studio, but he said whiskey. Scott said 10 for the whiskey fund. Now, I don't want to disappoint Scott. Do I look like a man who disappoints people? No, I'm not. So we'll stick with the $10 for the whiskey fund. We'll get us something good to drink there. Two Bear, am I the only one drinking? Well, God damn it, Two Bear, we can't leave you be the only one out there, brother. Two Bear's only a couple hundred miles away. See him when we can. Two Bear, this one's for you and all the help you've done. I'm only going to drink half of it to you, Two Bear, because you're not going to have my back in Reno. If some crazy person, which we know the name of the crazy person, do we not? If that guy actually drives up there, I know what he looks like, kind of, but I've never seen him in real life. If that dude tries to stab me in the back or something in the middle of a casino and you're not there, do you know how bad you're going to feel, Two Bear? Do you know? You know how bad you're going to feel? Horrible. So I'm only drinking half of this to you. That's not. I'm going to drink the whole thing. But I'm only drinking half of it internally to you. The other half's going towards the studio. All right. I promised my kid I'd talk about something else too. Something dumb. You guys remember handheld video games, the digital ones, when we were kids? First one came out, I think, in 1977 or so. There was football was the big popular one, and Mattel made that. Then Mattel came out with a basketball one the next year, and it sucked. The basketball white one sucked. But I got this one when I was a kid. I got this one when I was a kid for Christmas in I want to say 78. And the color scheme on this with the blues and the orange and that kind of weird orangish brown, and this one's in perfect shape and it works. I've actually had 3 of these also. And I got this one because the guy says, oh, it's perfect and it works good. So I bought it from him. And now Gen Z kid is all over this thing. He loves this game. And this isn't, you know what I don't like? I'll turn it on again. If you guys... Excuse me, back in the day when Toys R Us was here and sometimes in Target, they sell these things retro. You can go buy them for like $20. They're not the same. Do you guys see even on this how dark the screen is? Do you see how dark it is and the lights are different colors? The defense is kind of a lighter, or a little dimmer, and the offensive players are brighter, and the background is black. But on the new ones, because I've bought some new ones and gave them away to people, hey, you got to try this, and the screen it lights up all faded red. They didn't do a good job, so the red background lighting bleeds through. It's okay. You get the feel of it, but it really sucks. And there's nothing, this is what 1978 smells like. Yeah, you got to remember that. Anyway, I don't know how many of you, I think one of my friends had this, one. Nobody liked the basketball game, mainly because basketball 1 by Mattel just blew ass. 2 was great. One of the best games I ever played as a kid. So, this is this is one little blinking light game that I'm sure you have better games on your cell phone now. But, hey, I'm not trying to land the space shuttle with my phone. I'm just trying to get some shit done around here and have a good time. And I'm doing it. You can't stop me. Forest Terra, I'll be there on April 1st. My buddy Matt Urban makes custom furniture. He has a new live slab he is getting ready to make. Huge urban elements. Well, if you can't go because he's making your slab, I get it. But it'd be cool if you guys showed up. I would dig that a ton. Noel dropped in $2 trying to figure out who the whore is tonight. Mad Jeeper NH, member for 2 months. I once got removed from an Air Force base wooded area by cranking Ozzy on a boombox. Not ideal. Well, Mad Jeeper, I don't think they were appreciating the value of the love you were trying to spread throughout the forest, man. There was woodland creatures that needed to hear Oz. What the fuck, man? What is the world coming to? Cody Adventure, member for 1 month. When's the last time you done a mic check? I can't do a mic check. Coyote Adventure. For those of you who don't know what a mic check is, you're still not going to know. But it's a commonplace around here, and Coyote Adventure brought it up because you've been around a little bit. Too small of a jar. Too small of a glass. I mean, I will try next time to do a mic check for you. Just remind me, Coyote. I'll do one for you. Derek Fuentes, $20. Have a glass of Belvine 12 on me. Reno, safe travels and cheers. You're going to have to remind me when I'm up there, man. I'll fuck that one up completely. Let's go back to the top. It's Joey, member for 1 month. Gen X Talks. Dad, I'm so sorry that I upset you earlier. Please forgive me. I put you in the woodshed. You did your time. The crime is over. We're out, man. You're good, Joey. Samuel Patankpanin, Pokemon, Samuel Potemkin, Bonnie and Clyde Miller got a gifted membership from him. I think I said that one already. Dr. Jekyll, remember the handheld caveman game? You know, I don't. Do you guys remember when all the handheld games went from the digital little red dots to kind of the pre-frame moving black figures? Remember those? Am I describing that right? It was kind of like there was all over the screen. It was kind of a gray screen. It wasn't lit, but you had little images of a person doing stuff, and they would just light up in different places, like an LED screen, LCD screen, perhaps. I never got into those too much. I had a couple of them, but it just wasn't my thing. I went from, if you want to know how most Gen Xers were, we went from these type of handheld games with the red dots. We kind of skipped over a lot of the little gray ones because we were working. And by the time we had enough money to sit down and relax, Game Boy was out with Tetris. So there we are, recapturing our youth, man, playing Tetris. So, yeah. Mad Jeeper, lame handheld games sucked. Wow. Mad Jeeper, handheld games sucked. Well, you know, I'd like to talk to you, Mad Jeeper, about that. Let me scroll through here and see if I can find you, buddy. Let me see if I can find out what you're telling me here. I want to, there he is. Oh, no, I found you right there. Mad Jeeper, come on now. You're trying to get out of it. Derek Fuentes, have a glass of own. I got that. No, there was a blue one. I saw a blue one from the dude. Where'd it go? Come on. Well, I'll find this one. Mad Jeeper, Julie, Game Boy was 2000s. Game Boy was not 2000s. Dumbass. I had a Game Boy, I think, in 1992, 91 or 92, Game Boy. I didn't say the color one. And Mad Jeeper, you just told me handheld games suck. What you're trying to tell me is that my childhood sucked. And I can tell you it didn't. So Mad Jeeper NH is now in a timeout, which means Mad Jeeper can watch what's going on. He can listen, but anything he types is never going to be seen by anybody else. You know why he's in the woodshed? Well, because he fucked up. Yeah, you fucked up, Mad Jeeper. Now I'm going to start making fun of you. Lame. Handheld games sucked. Why? That's just your opinion. And opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So nobody wants to see your asshole, Mad Jeeper, New Hampshire. N8 should stand for no handheld because you don't like handheld games. Samuel Potemkin, $10. Your thought on the Nashville shooting? If I didn't hear it, then sorry. I think Congress mentioned we should be monitoring women on testosterone and its rage that can make someone snap. Yeah, I started talking about that, and then I was interrupted by Gen X Mom. She came in here, and that's okay. The shooting, I hate what I did watch a bunch of stuff on it. I did want to talk about it. So if you want me to get serious for a moment, you want a dumb a mechanic's opinion, which is what I am, dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert, I'll give you one. And I'm just going to give you this as nuts and bolts. I'm not going to talk about women and testosterone levels and how long they've taken shots and pills. I don't give a shit. I don't talk about charts and graphs. I'm going to talk at just street level, nuts and bolts. You ready? Everyone's it's a transgender woman, transgender person, transgender. I don't give a shit. Children got hurt. I don't give a shit about all that. What is it? Women and transgendered and I don't. Who fucking cares? Well, is the reason is it? So they're going to dissect this one person and say the pills, the medication, the confusion in their mind, the blah, 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 blah. And the end result is all I'm going to do is go, cool story, bro. Kids got killed. So fuck off. I don't care about that. What did bother me in the aspect of how they were storytelling, well, and I know this is not right, so please don't take this the wrong way. Everyone said the police response was phenomenal. It was flawless. It was great. From the time this person entered the campus, 14 minutes later, she was dead. Why? Well, because as soon as she entered the campus and someone saw what was going on, they made a phone call to 911, and the police responded perfectly, quickly, efficiently, handled the situation. They did a great job. But 14 minutes is a long time. So we're back to what I said before. Now follow me on this, all right? In this New Hampshire shooting, it's a gun-free zone, not allowed to have guns at school. A gun was brought on campus. There's no guns there because liberals don't like guns on campus, although someone disobeyed the sign and brought one anyway. So what did everybody in the office do? They called someone with a gun. Police, bring a gun quickly. I'm sure the cop said, you mean you don't have one there on campus? No, we don't believe in that. We don't believe in guns on campus. Well, then why is there a person with a gun on campus? I don't know. They're not following the rules. Can you please bring a gun quickly and stop them? They have a gun. Please bring a gun. You know, if you'd let one of us be there with a gun, we could have handled this already. I know. I feel that way right now, but as soon as the shooting's over, I'm going to go back to lying to the American people, and I'm just going to blame the gun, okay? Well, I think you're full of shit, but we'll be right there. We got people on the way for the children right now. But just to go on record, you're talking out your ass and you're full of shit. Yes, I know. We're very scared right now. Just bring the gun that we hate, that we don't want here on campus. And as soon as you're done killing this person, please leave the campus immediately with your gun. All right, I still think you're fucked up, but I'm going. That's how I view it. Now, I don't know how many people agree with me. I don't know how many of you just emailed YouTube's algorithm to get me pulled off the air. Probably a ton. Probably a fucking ton. That's the way my brain works. That's the way Generation X, a lot of us think. That little made-up conversation, that's how nuts and bolts we think about shit. Does that make sense to the rest of you who are millennials or Gen Z? Maybe some of you are boomers. Does it make sense that that's how my generation thinks about shit? Very practical, very simple, very, very nuts and bolts, very, very, very front door. So I was very thankful that the police responded as quickly as they possibly could. At the same time, all my brain was doing was going, why aren't they already fucking there? There's so many officers and military people that said, we will volunteer. Take shifts. We will do it for free. We're trained. Nobody will fuck with the kids while we're there. They just won't do it. They just won't do it. So, when you're asking me about how I feel about the shooting, the first thing I said, the first words out of my mouth, they fucking shot kids. And I know it's wrong. This is one of the reasons I'll never be in charge of anything, and I get this. But when you shoot a kid, when you harm a kid, when you do something to a child like that, all I want to do is tie you up in my garage and torture you for 3 or 4 days and watch you die slowly. No, sorry. If I'm a fucked up individual for thinking that, tough shit. If this little speech will be used against me someday in court, yeah, I'm willing to take that chance. I don't care. You fuck with a kid, you deserve any torturous thing that happens to you. When child molesters go into general population in a prison and somebody kills them, I don't care. Well, that's a human life, and someone needs to be punished. They've taken a human. Fuck it, I don't care. You're not put me on that jury. I'll get that guy out of jail. It's just me. And I know I'm going to get a ration of shit. Do you know how many people are going to email me and get a hold of us through the website texting thing that are going to be just these liberal left hound dogs that are probably under the age of 35. And they'll do YouTube, and they'll be like a little warning letter. We'll get to, well, you got to be careful of your content. And then I got to get on with the live person. I got to get with a live person and chat and explain everything. And when I'm done explaining everything and we get everything worked out, I got to say, now, do you know all the people that complained? Well, we're not at liberty to say. Well, I don't need to know. I just want to know if you know. Well, we know who they are, but you don't know who they are. I don't care. I don't need to know. Could you please email them back and say this dispute has been reconciled and they can go fuck themselves? Could you please tell them that for me? Really appreciate it. When I tell you we are all on a bus that is going through the mountains at full speed and it's going to go over the cliff, that's this live stream. It's going to go off the rails. We're going to get banned. We're going to get kicked out of here because I'm not allowed to say shit like that. But I'm telling you, whiskey pulls down my shields, man. My inhibitions are gone. Yeah, I will sleep with the fat chick. And I just did it. Because I'm saying shit that I shouldn't say. I'm crossing that line where everybody gets mad. I know. I got it. I'm a 400-pound fat guy in the middle of the desert. And right now, I'm going to take one more drink to the bottom of the glass nation. I'm even drinking out of a bottom of the glass shotgun. Where's it right here? Look at that. Can you guys see that? Almost. How's that? BOTGN. Right there. BOTGN. Yeah. It's one of your guys's. I'm one of you guys. And when I drink, my filter goes away and I say the shit that's on my mind. This particular one is pissing me off. I think it gave you guys a pretty good example, a pretty good story. Maybe the kid will make that a slice. At this point, I don't care. But as long as we're together, we're going to keep talking until the internet shuts us off and I can't make any more comments and you guys can't give me any more comments. Hey, if we're going over the cliff on that bus, just know this. I love you guys, and we're going over together. Nothing else matters. I'm going over that cliff with you guys, screaming the truth right back at them. As they're watching us from the top go down, let's all slide down those school bus windows that only go down halfway, and they're a fucking pain in the ass to jockey down. And as that bus is going down into the canyon, let's yell back like this and tell them the truth. They'll remember it. Well, we took that bus right over the edge. You know what those fuckers did? There was 85 of them just yelling, screaming out the window. They weren't screaming because they were going to hit the bottom of the canyon. They flipped us off and told us a bunch of shit. What a bunch of crazy fucks. Yeah, well, we are. So what? Who gives a fuck? We actually live the things that we're saying. You guys don't. You guys talk out of both corners of your mouth. And you wonder why, when you're around us, we slap the shit out of you every now and then. All right, I'm sorry. God, where was I? Dean Hossick in Intellivision was a huge joke. Now, you have personally offended a staff member and myself. Maybe a whole host of others. Intellivision was a huge joke. You know what, Dean? Well, you have an invitation to show up to my house and play Intellivision Sea Battle against myself and Low Torque on staff. We'll take turns. If you can ever beat either one of us in Sea Battle, I'll give you $1,000. All right? And I will arrange for as close as a Singapore hooker as I can find. Intellivision was a joke? Now, perhaps some of it. The discs were a little hard to operate. They broke. Those things was pushing the panel of the 9 numbers was a little bit awkward. The buttons on the side were really difficult to use on the controller. However, you cannot dismiss an entire system because that includes a game that was near and dear to my heart. And now, I don't even know. Who's that? What, you took the guy's name off. What was the guy's name? Can you put the guy's name back up there, please? Gen X Mom. Hello? The fuck did she do? It wasn't done. Dean Hossick. Somebody find Dean Hossack and put that motherfucker in a timeout. Put him in the woodshed. You're going to go to the woodshed for 5 minutes. You're going to learn how to behave yourself, Dean. Somebody put him in the woodshed right now. Somebody find his name. I want to see his name go across the street. That motherfucker's in the woodshed. Talking about Intellivision. Like, now I'm not a huge Intellivision. I love Mattel. I love Mattel. Not a huge fan of Intellivision. I like Intellivision. I own an Intellivision. But you can't fucking say that shit. All right. Mad Jeeper says, hello, can you hear me? I heard that one. I don't know what else you're saying. Brian Quadfleeg, what's Sea Battle? Sea Battle was a game on Intellivision that I thought was one of the greatest games ever invented. Please go look it up sometime at your leisure. Baron of Gray Matter. Boomer here. Glad to see a Gen Xer that was raised with morals, values, and a backbone. Baron, I drink one to you, but I just drank one. Thanks for thinking of me right here, and thank you for the kind words. The Disney Kid. Hi, Jen from Calicut, and from me, General Shirt. Disney Kid, we got your hat. We posted it. It doesn't fit my head, man. My head's too fucking big. I got a bulldog head. And the hat was cool, but the kid would fit him perfect. Took a picture of it, reminded me. There was no note on it at all. But when the hat came out of the box, I'm like, that's fucking Disney Kid. Chris sent me that. There's nobody else on the planet would send me a fedora, man. It was great. Just so you know. And now your chick is so hot, I may have to come steal her from you. She was hot before, but my God, I may have to come out there and steal her. She is the $2 whore, as you know. M. Martin fan for life, $19.99, $20, turn my whole screen orange. Half for fun in Reno. The other half bet on 32. Wish I could go, but there are silly things like food and heat to waste money on. I know. It's so predictable, those stupid things. Seriously, I hope you have a huge success. M. Martin for life will let you know. I hope so too, buddy. Oh, Mrs. Four Watton gifted 5 more memberships. Mrs. Four Watton single-handedly building the ranks of the membership for everybody to go check shit out. Jeff Odell, Ozzy Rezzy, Mace, Ashhole, and Paul Tingle. Now you 5 can go back to the membership and see all the behind-the-scenes stuff that we don't share with anybody. Disney Kid, member for 10 months. He's an extra. Disney Kid got 2 more months to go looking for his big red one. Flip Mode 31 channel. Take East High School in Colorado. After the shooting now, for the remainder of the 2-year, armed guards will be on campus. Why haven't they been doing that for years? Because they don't want to admit it works. They don't want to admit that a firearm in the hands of the right person is extremely beneficial to the community. They cannot admit that. If they ever admit that, if it's ever proven, you're not going to hear about it. They'll bury the story. If 3 guys run into school with a gun and a teacher has a gun and shoots all 3 of them, I promise you, we'll barely hear about it. What did Don Henley say about the newscasting agencies? The girl, remember Don Henley's song was in Dirty Laundry? He says the pretty newscaster will tell you about the plane crash with a gleam in her eye. They like the tragedy. They use the tragedy. Never let a huge issue like this go to waste. Never let a tragedy go to waste. No. They'll be on it. And I got to tell you that there is no limit to what the left will say now. You know, they were big on defund police, and we were like, you're full of shit, never defund the police. We love the thin blue line. Now they come out, we've always been in favor of the police. You guys have been defund the police. The conservatives were defund the police. They literally just reverse the story and lie and don't care. They don't care. It's just like when that Jean-Pierre chick comes on and the White House press room says, well, you know, this president, I'm going to say this president's done everything, done more. She said today or yesterday, he has done more than any other president in trying to remove assault weapons and gun control. I said, what's he done? Name one thing. Well, he's worked with Congress. He's worked with people. He's written letters and he's pushed for the agenda. I'm sorry. You said he's done more. That isn't doing shit. Has he done something or not? Doesn't matter. They can just say it. I hope whoever wins the next presidency, I hope on day 1, they walk out there and go, on their first day in office, once they're sworn in, I hope they go straight over to the Oval Office and go, I have done more than all the other presidents combined. Why not? I hope he does it so that everyone can laugh and go, well, you can't say that. You've been here one day. I hope we can do that where he can walk out and go, that's how you fuckers sound. That is exactly how ridiculous you assholes sound. That's how you think, everybody that's conservative Republican gets mad and goes, how the fuck can you say that? You're full of shit. You're lying. Half the people on the left, half the people in their own party are doing. I have friends. Okay, pay attention. I have friends that hear this stuff that are liberal Democrats that go, yeah, I'm gonna have to skip over and pretend I didn't hear that. Don't say that shit. I have friends that cringe and go, yeah, let's not talk about that. I hope nobody brings that shit up. Don't say that. Half of your party cringes when you say this shit. They're probably still gonna vote for you. Maybe not. But they go, because they know they're not stupid. You guys think that everyone's just going to, you think that all the people on the left are just sitting outside going, whatever you say, please tell us something. We're ready to believe you. Whatever it is, we're ready to believe you. You think that's what they're doing, and some of them are. We all know people that are like that, but that's not, the rest of them are like, just don't say stupid shit anymore. And you guys do. And you think people believe it. You walk back in the next room giving each other high fives. And half the people that are your base are laughing behind your back going, fucking done with this shit. I'm fucking done. Just so you know, man. Not saying I know everything, but I know a couple things. All right. That guy, $20. You're amazing. $20. That guy. Thanks for being you. Boy, that guy has a familiar face. I'm not saying I know who it is. I'm not saying anything other than Two Bear. Look at the picture of that guy and tell me what you think. Don't say it in the comment section, Two Bear, but look now, that guy, thank you for the $20. Thank you for the kind words. You're kind of freaking me out, but this could be just guilty by association. Nothing to do with you, but I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. Two Bear, are you seeing what I'm seeing? A little something got a shiver going up my spine. That guy, thank you for the $40. Turned my whole screen orange twice. Thank you for the kind words. Sean Condon, I swear to Jesus, I will double my donations until you tell me your damn NHL team. All right. Wait. I will double my donations until you tell me. Well, then I'm not fucking telling you. Sean, keep doubling. Now, if Sean had said, I will double them, like he'll give a dollar amount if I tell him, then I'd tell him. But Sean just wrote, I swear to Jesus, I'm going to keep doubling my donations until you tell me. Well, then I'm not fucking telling you. I'm drunk, but I'm not that drunk. Good Lord. Sean Connon says, I demand to know your NHL team. Well, that's $2. The next one's got to be $4. The next one's got to be $8, then $16, then $32, then $64. Somewhere north of $100 bill, then I'll tell you. You're not going to like the answer. Sean, you're not going to like the answer. You might as well just drop an $100 bill. I'm not going to make you keep doubling all the way up till you get to 128. Just drop the 100, but you're not going to like it. I have a story I could tell with it, but you're not going to be happy. And even though I grew up in Los Angeles, it's not the Kings. I'm sorry. All right. There's people in here, dudes. Don't tell him, General. E. Ross says the Kings. No, it's not the Kings. The shoeless one gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. There are a ton of you that get to see shit now. Behind the scenes, cool stuff that nobody else gets to see. Yeah. Gen X Mom's OnlyFans page. Yeah, you have access to that. Free access. I'm kidding. He does not have an OnlyFans page. Facts over feelings. Lawrence Gilly, K Riff. I a wrench 454. I hope that 454 is for the displacement. And Tony Ortiz, you guys have 5 memberships. Each of you get 1. Go split them up, divide them up, and go check shit out. All right, look who jumped in there. Sean Condon, $100. Okay, here now. All right. I was a Kings fan just because. I'm sorry. By where I grew up, it was in relation, and I wasn't really hardcore. It's just, when you're in California, you can kind of pick and choose a few there. So I did, and the Kings were my guys for some reason. But I didn't collect the cards. I didn't really know the players' names. Back the only hockey players that I really knew growing up later was Wayne Gretzky And I know some of the old school ones from the Maple Leafs and stuff like that. But it wasn't my big thing. Hockey was just, it's a real short season of guys punching each other, which I like watching. I don't mind that. But I got pissed off. Here's my story. And some of you know this story. I've told it once. I got mad at Gen X mom one time. I mean, we got into just a yelling match, and I drove off. I grabbed a backpack full of stuff, and I started driving. Just jumped in my pickup truck, drove all the way to Vegas, checked in at the Orleans. I just to get away from her. And my brother lives there. I just didn't want to stay with my brother. And so I was going to go have lunch with my brother and talk to him and cool off and drive home. And the weekend I got there was, and I've been to Vegas a lot. I lived in Vegas for a couple of years, and I've been there often with Gen X Mom, and I tons of times. But all of a sudden I go to town, and there's a brand new hockey team, the Golden Knights. And they're in first place, and they're going to the Stanley Cup. And I'm like, what? The whole town, I have never seen anything like this. The whole fucking town was decorated in Golden Knights. So I finally catch up with my brother, and I go, what the fuck, man? I've been to Vegas a ton of times. I lived here for 2 years. The fuck are the Golden Knights? And how is the whole town? He goes, it's weird, man. The whole town is now on board. These kids, they jumped in here. It's their first season. They're going to the Stanley Cup. And I'm like, literally everywhere you go, there's stickers and billboards and bumper stickers on cars. They're plastered stickers on every stop sign I came to. So I started watching some YouTube stuff on them. I started looking at some old sports clips, like from announcers that are, commentators that were like, well, and they got this guy and drafted this guy and took this guy, and these are a bunch of kids. It kind of reminded me of the U.S. Olympics at Lake Placid. It was a bunch of nobodies, mainly. There's a couple players in there that were known, but a bunch of kids that were just fucking getting it done. I just became a fan at that moment. I don't have to be loyal to the town I'm in. I could be loyal to a team that has an agenda, that has a feeling, that has a vibe. And, and at that moment, I'm like, God, I'm going to get behind these guys. And so whenever someone asks me, I'm like, the Knights. Golden Knights. That's just how I felt. And I haven't followed them any more or less than I followed hockey before. But if something comes up, I'm rooting for those guys. I know their teams changed and they've been out of it for years and all that. It was just a thing. And man, I know you guys love to shit on me about that kind of stuff, but Sean Condon wanted an honest answer and a story. That's the story. It was a weird thing that I was pissed off at my wife, and I drove to Vegas, and I spent the night there and met up with my brother, and the whole town was flooded. And I mean flooded. It doesn't look like that now, but it did that weekend. I'm telling you, I'd never seen anything like it. And the whole town was behind them, and it was a Knights thing. And I don't know. I don't think they've ever been back since then. I hope they do someday. But I don't know. I just kind of got hooked on them for all the wrong reasons and have a soft spot in my heart for them. So I'm still one of those guys. If I had a hat, I'd wear it. I don't have a hat, but I would wear it. Sean, you now have got me to tell that story for the second time in 3 years. It's just not something I talk about, but now you know. I know, Disney kid, chicks, man, chicks. I know, that's what I'm saying. That guy, he's laughing his ass off. $50. Two Bear, man, if you're here, that guy, look at that picture, man. Does that not look like the guy that I can't say it in here. Matt Jeeper. Thanks, Two Bear. Got the woodshed and all cleaned out. Even spilt some wood that Gen Z missed. Cheers, General. Suddenly, I love cheesy handheld games. There you go, my man. Matt Jeeper is now back on board. That's my guy. He loves the games. That's all you had to say, baby. Chi Till I Die, 773, member for 1 month. I'm going to play Pong or Oregon Trail and catch malaria. There you go. You go back to Pong. Now you're back to my generation. I don't know, Two Bear. You say it's not the guy. It looks like the guy. It might not be the guy. Gen X Mom and you say no. I'm still shook to my core, man. Do you see the fear creeping over my head right now that could be the guy? It could be the guy. Scott Royston, $20. Not only do I commend and agree with everything you're saying, Gen X Dad, but I will speak from here to heaven what I know is true. In the end, the leftists that are the ones that are going to wind up in hell, not us. Now, Scott, God damn it, Scott. That deserves a drink right there. Scott Royce has been a longtime supporter, but I know exactly what you're saying. about the left, about how they speak, about how they behave, and about how they're trying to ruin my country. Yeah, I say it personal. You guys realize every time I say that, I say, you're fucking with my country. Oh, is it your country? Doesn't the country belong to all of us? Isn't it all of our country? You can't say it's just your country. Fuck you. It's my country just as much as it is anybody else's. It's my flag. It's my country. That's how I feel. And yours too. You could tell I'm drunk when I stop chasing it. Disney kid. Sorry, General. I have to say no over stealing her from me. But yes, she is really hot. Disney kid, I didn't say you had an option. It's lovely that you're trying to protest. And it's great for you to do that. You need to protest. You need to say, no. Honey, I can't let the general take you. But you don't really have a choice. I mean, Disney kid. You're going up against this, son. And I've only got this turned up to 6. Wait till I turn it up to 9.5. I dim the lights. I pull the microphone in real close. And I start talking to your wife. Just to her, nobody else. Oh, she knows what I'm talking about. We've had these conversations before. She's just been waiting. And now her wait is over. And Disney kid, the only thing you can do is go to the motel and sit in the cuckold chair. That's your job now. Matt Jeeper, NH, $5. My next woodshed pass. Does that mean you're going to talk some shit and you just bought yourself a get-out-of-jail-free card? I like the way you think, Matt Jeeper. Nicely done. Nicely said. Beastie B, member for 2 months. Hey, General and Bottom of the Glass, Gen X Mom, GTSY. I'm late, but I'm here. I don't know what he was saying there. Beastie B, member for 2 months. Hey, General and Bottom of the Glass Nation. Gen X Mom. I'm late, but I'm here. Okay, now Gen X Mom cleaned up. The sheets changed because she fat finger typed it. All right. Beastie B, I'm going to not hold that against you. That will blame Gen X Mom for that one. Josh Maddox, member for 1 year. What number of glass is that? Oh, shit. For those of you who don't know, we sold these shot glasses one time. We numbered them 1 to 200, and everybody got one, and there's mine. Number 1 of 200. I know it's backwards for you guys. I don't know if you can see it all the way down there. I'll try. 1 of 200. This is the 200th one. And not many of you remember that. Not many of you remember that we did that. We did sell them in that order. Insurmountable Cali Cat, member for 6 months. Oh my, the voice. Yes, please, please, for me and my harem sisters. Cali Cat, I'm going to come take you. No, he can't stop now. Listen, we're at an hour. We're an hour and 36 minutes. I do got to go. There was so much more stuff in the world I want to talk to, but I've missed you guys. And I need you guys to know about the studio, that it's really getting built. If you guys look it up, the expense of building it is going to, I'm taking care of that. And that's a chunk. The inside stuff, flying line out here and giving him a few bucks for the weeks. He's going to miss a week's worth of work for his family. I got to try to put a dent in that for him. And then all the shit we got to do. One of you suggested putting it up on an Amazon list because quite a bit of those things we can get from Amazon. It's probably right. Maybe we'll do that when we get back. I don't know. I do love when you guys help specifically for things. I hate fucks. I don't know if he's in here or not tonight, but that dude has been, he'll email me and go, he paid for this stand and this microphone and one other. He's like, put it in the fucking box and I'll send you the exact stuff you need. And he does. Excuse me. He's been very good about that. But we haven't asked him to do anything specifically. So I'll think about that, you guys. I've never done a GoFundMe page. I really don't want to ever do one. Something bothers me about the way that whole thing works. Like there's some dollar amount and goal and you're trying to pump everybody up. I'd rather just pump you guys up. And if you give $1, you give $1. You know, if you give 100, you give 100. I feel better about that as a person than like, all right, we're almost at our goal. I feel like I'm in one of those Jerry Lewis telethons, where you gotta, the phones are still ringing. We're getting to our goal. Come on now, dig deep. It's the final hour. I know the words. I just don't feel like saying them. Mrs. 4 Watt was talking about, I thought it was Mrs. 4, having like a little barn raising thing when we're done. Let us get through Reno. We still got tomorrow night's show, happy hour on Facebook at 6. We still have Bottom of the Glass show Thursday night, one just like this. We'll talk more then. Maybe I'll have some ideas on some of the gear we're going to need, some idea on the total that I'm shooting for. If not, I'm just going to go borrow the money. If I don't have it, I'll go borrow it. I will go lay out a credit card, or I'll go to the bank and say, give me some money and do this. We're going to get it done. One way or another, but it doesn't put us in jeopardy. When you guys help, doesn't hurt us at all. So let me get some ideas on what we need. Maybe some specific things. If I can put a few things in an Amazon cart where you guys can see it, maybe that'll be a link the moderators can help with. And then, like I said, the stuff with Lions. So I don't know. Let me figure that out Thursday, or maybe we'll just put it all off till after we get back from Reno. Let me get Reno out of the way first. I got to do a couple things on my mind with Gen X Talks, other than the fucking list I have to do every goddamn day, is that I got to get Reno done and complete and meet everybody there. When I get back, the moderator money finally came through from Moderator Appreciation Day. I want to divide that up, take out their taxes, take out my fee, take out YouTube's money. I got to pay each of them like $11.36. I need to get that out of the way. And then we'll worry about doing the studio stuff. But by then, we should have either passed inspection or be close. I can give you all the pictures, all the stuff on there. You need to be a YouTube member or a Patreon member or a General's Lunchbox on Facebook. Go to the General's Lunchbox. They won't let you in until you are a subscriber. It's 99 cents, $12 a year. If you're on Facebook and you want to go there. Here's the problem. I love you guys on YouTube. YouTube is our home, but I can only post 5 pictures. The kid can only post 5 pictures at a time when he does it. That's it. That's all they allow us. On Patreon, I could put up 30. On Facebook, you can put up 30 pictures. So when we do that, we take turns doing stuff. He'll do it or I'll do it. But when we put them up there on Patreon, we just pick all the pictures. On Facebook, all the pictures. But on YouTube, we got to pick 5 pictures out of 18 or 30 to fit. And then we let you guys know, sorry, it's over here. You guys get a lot more benefit than anybody else. You guys get stuff nobody gets to see. However, when it comes to pictures, you guys get a little shortchanged because of how YouTube has their community section set up. So just so you know, that's the gig. That's the story. That's exactly the way I remember it. Give or take a lie or two. That's from my buddy Wyatt Earp. This one's to you guys to the bottom of the Glass Nation. It is Tuesday. It is 7:40. I've been on an hour and 40 minutes. My throat's feeling okay. I'm kind of running out of air, so I don't know that I'll be able to make it onto Discord tonight. But if you guys want to go on the Discord server and talk about stuff, that's where we hang out between live streams. Yeah, everybody from 35 to 60 years old hangs out in Discord, and we talk about stuff. There's chat rooms with every topic. This one's for you guys. Let me scroll to the bottom, see if I'm drinking. There we go. Now we got some stuff coming up there. Who's in there first? Dude's in there. Bob McKinley's in there. Insurmountable got one. Leslie Mathis got one for me. Who else? Josh Maddox got one. There we go. Michael Cheney, Diver Monkey. I Hate Fucks is here. He was here. I knew he was here. Two Bear. Circling the Wagons. Disney Kid. Mrs. 4 Watt and raised one for me. Trippy Pineapple. Who gave me coffee? Top Nuts Rule giving me coffee. Bill Fry, my guy. Josh Maddox, another one in there. The Shoeless one. And the list goes on. This is for you guys. Remember, wherever you go, there you are. And I promise you one thing, at Gen X Talks, we love every single one of you guys, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Yeah, they didn't even use a cheater. No training wheels.